Every man has a human being who is his mother, a finite personal being with all her characteristics, virtues, and faults. She is probably the most powerful person in his whole life, since she gave him his physical structure, fed and raised him, and largely determined his idea of woman for the rest of his life. He is utterly dependent upon her in his early years. Later, he separates from her, but she always remains mom. Godmothers or substitute mothers or even institutions as mother may play a large part in his life, but they are only extensions of that human woman who is his mother. The chief characteristic to be observed is that she is personal and human. Now the mother complex is the most difficult encounter any man ever faces. It is the regressive capacity in him and will destroy his life more quickly than any other single element in his psychology. The mother complex is his wish to regress to infancy again and to be taken care of, to crawl into bed and pull the covers over his head, to evade some responsibility that faces him. It can come as a mood, as a discouragement, as a paralysis, or as just being fed up with it all. For a person to succumb to the mother complex is to lose the battle of life. In Western mythology, the mother complex is represented by the dragon that every hero has to face and conquer. Mythology, old and new, has terrible stories of the hero being attacked by a fire-breathing dragon and his narrow victory over the monster. The fair maiden awaits him only after the dragon or mother complex has been conquered. The first task in approaching the mother complex is to understand that it is not one's actual mother. Almost no youth is clear about what he is fighting when this part of his life demands attention, and he is likely to take it out on the actual woman who is his mother. Just to know that it is not anyone out there who is making the trouble is to be prepared for the real battle. Always inward. The real mother is a discrete human being out there, while a man's mother complex is always an interior matter. This battle is triggered by a man's tendency to give up or take refuge in the thousand excuses that any man can produce. This is the great danger of the mother complex. A youth is in good relationship to life if his mother complex occupies a minority of his energy. If it occupies a higher percentage, then he will need to do much inner work to bring his energies into some constructive focus. In any case, it is honesty and clarity that will allow the youth to bring his best energies under his conscious direction and not have warfare in his interior life. Jung used to say, "It is always a matter of who, never a matter of what." When you understand who you are in your dragon battle, then it is relatively easy to face the practicalities of what to do. Most men thinks he wins his manliness by great accomplishments out there, but the real dragon battle is totally interior one. When that battle is won, he can accomplish out there and have something to show the world and prove his value. But no amount of exterior accomplishment can settle the dragon battle, and there are many men of all ages who have accomplished great things and amassed great fortunes, but who are still vulnerable to the inner dragon or mother complex. Most dark moods in a man are his mother complex coming to the surface. It is so strange that a big, strong male who could hold his own on any external battlefield can be so easily defeated by a mood. And lastly, suicide is the ultimate defeat by the mother complex. When one kills himself, he consents to the great regressive force of the mother complex. She wins the battle, and death prevails. It is the mother complex that is the death-dealing element in life. But even with the mother complex, dark as it is in a young man's life, has its rightful place. Finally, it is she who welcomes him into that and enfolds him in the eternal peace that is her creative side. If a man falls prey to this too soon, he has embraced death instead of life and will have a very hard time. But at the right moment, it is the mother complex that brings a man to the culmination and end of his life. At the high point of his journey, Faust is instructed by Mephistopheles, his shadow, to go to the place of the mothers and insert the key into the tripod he will find there. This is the culmination of Faust's journey, and it makes proper use of the mother complex. When a man has fought the dragon battle in his personal life and gained the strength of his manhood, then he can make that extremely dangerous journey back to the place of the mothers and restore his connection there. This is possible only for a gifted person, and then only when he has gained enough masculine strength and clarity to bear this dangerous journey. This is the stuff of genius and not for ordinary men. I find it most encouraging that every element of one's psychology is useful in the right place. It is only the misplacing of an element that constitutes wrongness or evil. Even the mother complex is constructive when it is in its correct place.